Well, this was kind of an interesting weekend. We ran beeton, where this solara did really good. I forgot to do a lot of things on this. In beeton, I talk a lot. A lot of people come up to me. I spend most of my time in the stands. It's my town my grandfather grew up in. My mother grew up in it. It's the first derby I ever did, so I enjoy talking to people there, and I forgot to do a lot of things. Before I went into the heat, I forgot to put the seatbelts on the hood. And by not doing that, the threaded rod kind of folded over really quick inside the heat, which made the hood buckle up and the radiator go down. So you can see the massive kinks. I actually had to cut this shorter. In the finals, very big mud bath. Got real hot, hit the wall, blew out in the rad. It was a very soft derby. For the fact of the matter is, very soft derby. For the fact of the matter is that it was very muddy. As you guys can tell from the car, it was very, very muddy. Can't get mad at it. Mother Nature does her own things, but I was actually really scared. I was driving to the derby, and I thought I was going to get there, and they're going to tell me that the derby was canceled, turn around, go home. But you know what? The promoter stuck it out. The weather ended up getting sunny, and the rain stopped. The derby was supposed to start at 1, and it ended up starting at 1:30, and there was not a speck of rain once the derby started. I ended up taking second overall. Not disappointed with it. Realistically, it's kind of my own fault why I didn't win. Here's the reason why I didn't win. Beaton's a very sandy track, so I like bringing pretty much bald tires to Beaton because I'd rather spin my tires than dig holes. So these are the tires I brought to Beaton. And it was a mud bath, and I got no traction. Pretty much with the entire time I was there, this car just spent it very close to the rev limiter. To make a hit was hard, to turn was hard, chances of getting stuck were unbelievable. As soon as you got a wheel that stopped turning, you got stuck. Nothing really happened to this Solara other than I did smoke the walls trying to hit somebody, and I did damage the Mazda 3 bumper. So, I'll probably have to cut this off and put a new bumper on. And then the frame did kind of tweak right there behind the power steering line. It's kind of coming sideways. I'm not very happy about it. To show you how little I actually prepared for this derby, before I closed the trunk, I actually forgot to dimple the rear frame. So the rear frame is doing something that I've actually never had a Camry do, because I always put relief dimples. I tried to climb in there and dimple it, but really didn't work out that well. But anyway, overall, car is really good. It got extremely hot. Boiled the radiator twice. Really glad I didn't loop my lines to go to this show. It'll be ran again. Where? I'm not sure. We'll have to see. There's a couple derbies that this thing will pass the rules on. The cage is not exactly 6 inches away. You know, it's close to 6 inches away from the door. That right there puts me into a different rule somewhere. The car was shooting flames. It is a little bit different than a lot of the things I've seen. Could be a bad temp sensor because I did put a delete in this. Could be a map sensor. Could be a fuel pressure regulator. It could be my pump. I'm going to have to look into it a little bit more than what I did to go to this show. But other than that, car's in great shape. After the heat, I let it cool down for about 10 minutes inside the ring. It fired right up, drove it out, went on the trailer. So it actually drove off the trailer and went here, and was not bad. But for Brampton, let's go take a look at Brampton. I ran this thing again. Kind of went better than Orangeville because the throttle didn't stick wide open. I didn't really last that long. I was laying down some good hits. I was taking some good hits. I actually got put right up onto the blocks. Like I was way out of the ring. I was maybe a car length and a half out of the ring. And when I came off the blocks, it was a hard landing on the ground. I will tell you that. But the car hasn't moved, and rightfully so. The cage will stop this car from pretty much doing anything extraordinary for moving. I did make some fair-sized front end hits. There was a couple Honda Civics there, and I went for them pretty hard. I pretty much ate the back of them. There was another Camry there that I ended up going hard on the front end, and my front end's tweaking up pretty hard. There was another Camry that came nose to nose with me and pushed me out of the track. I tried to keep nose out as much as I could, and I'm really trying to kill this car, and it's starting to go. The repair plate has got a big bow to it, and it's going bad right behind it. So like the frame is going in this thing. I'll probably get one more run out of it at a local show. This side here, the frame again is going weird. It's going very weird, but it ran great, had lots of power. What took me out was a broken axle, and you know what, it's my own fault. Can't say anything about anybody. I turned into somebody a little bit too hard and hit him with the tire and broke the axle. It was just a dumb move. That's the best way to put it. You know what, it happens. Listen, the best of drivers do stupid shots. I'm not saying I'm the best of driver. Honestly, I don't think I'm even that great of a driver. I haven't won a championship. I haven't been on the points series. But it was a dumb move. That's basically what it comes down to. And you know what? Every driver does do dumb things every now and then, but seems to be like I'm doing more and more of them. But oh well. Car will be ran again. I'm actually probably going to try to fix this car tonight and get it going. And get it back up for the derbies coming up. So I'm working some pretty big hours, so I'm getting home right as the sun sets. But you know, a car like this, I can fix in the dark out here. All I need is because I only broke the axle, the strut's okay. I need a 22 mil to take the strut bolts off. I need a 21 mil to take the tire off, and a 1 3/16 to take the spindle nut off. Put the new axle in, put it together. I can fix this for 20 minutes at a derby. And I do have to put a new tire on the rear or try to fix that, because the rules do state all tires must hold air. So I got to put air into this. How's the other one? Other one's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. But I do want to kill this car because I need the cage out of it. But she's going to be ran again, hopefully. This will be run 2, 3, 4. This will be going on to run number 5 for this car. These Camrys, I seem to be getting more and more runs out of them every time I run them, and it's a good thing, because like I know you guys think I have a lot of Camrys, but I'm actually running out, and I can't buy them for what I used to pay for them. People are getting mad at me when I'm offering $400. People are paying $500, $550 off Kijiji for these things, and it's super hard to find them now. I can't even get them off Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji, so they're starting to disappear and they're starting to get expensive. So I need to keep running the turds I got. Yeah, let's get this thing fixed tonight probably. I don't know if I'll even film it because it's probably going to be dark within the next half an hour. But well, that's this car going on to hopefully run number 5 very shortly. As a little added bonus, there was a lot of comments to keep running this piece of crap. And I said, you know what, it's done, and you guys were like, it's not done. Passenger frame rail is still half decently straight. Driver frame rail is not straight at all. Like, completely garbage. And the back end was over top of the gas tank. And everybody kept telling me to run it again, and I said to myself, these cars are getting harder and harder to find, Zach. Run this piece of crap again. So, I have fixed my gas tank protector because I'm not allowed the upper bars on it. I'm only allowed the lower bars, so I put gussets so that way it wouldn't break again. Hopefully. Honestly, this is just thrown together junk that was in my garage. And then I pulled the back end out, so I chained this to a couple vehicles, and I hooked it to my trailer, and I put my truck in four-wheel drive low and just pulled the back end out. But the thing that kind of scares me the most is that floor. Do you guys see how bad that floor is in this thing? That's right. That's the brake lines and fuel lines right there. You can see where the seat mounts. Everything's rotted out around it. And then in the front, there's nothing. There's no floors in this car. This has to be one of the most rotted Camrys I've ever had. But it's came first, second, and first. So if it keeps winning, I'm going to keep running. So that's a little surprise for you guys. You guys kept telling me to run this piece of junk, and guess what? It's going to be ran again very shortly. Cassandra's actually going to try to figure eight this thing. We'll see how that goes. A little bit left of work to do to it, but other than that, it should be going into the ring very shortly. So thanks for watching, guys. That's this weekend and last weekend's derbies. Well, I guess that's last weekend's, and this is 2 weekends ago's derbies. So keeping you guys up to date and informed. Thanks for watching. See you back here tomorrow.